Hello, YouTube. My name is Plazookas, and this became serious. Before, I was just like, okay, nonchalant, back and forth. I was trying to have, good faith on all sides to not, reach too many conclusions other than Tectone being who he is and using his friends to his advantage. And I was like, well, Zizix Prime's not going to be that guy, right? Well, guess what? Zizix Prime is not only that guy, he may be the worst guy. And no wonder why he got voted off the competition. No wonder why he shouldn't have been in the competition to begin with. And he's still friends with Tectone. They just had a conversation the other day, like a day and a half ago. So they're in contact with each other. So that just proves that there's some connection there, okay? But look at this. Look at this absolute deplorable, instigated, immature, manipulative. I mean, all the words you could possibly use to try to discredit, to try to create a narrative that someone is lying, that someone is saying stuff that they're not actually saying, and doing it in a way that is so misleading that it is borderline illegal, borderline defamatory, borderline slanderous. Even though now we know Pinkchu did not ever send this text. This was not something that she actually did. She's basically above board. She's basically trying to hold herself accountable and maybe deal with this privately. And maybe this is Tectone playing his little game by getting Zizix to do his dirty work. But watch this. Damn, I really felt for a NG's bait. My fault, y'all. That DM was fake as fuck, and fuck the NG that sent me that shit. Thank you, at Night Ride, for catching what I missed. I will never knowingly lie, and this kind of shit pisses me the fuck off. And then this is really sad. You can tell these are fake. The last message in the convo from Pink is okie dokie. Yet the last message he shows with no arrow indicating more messages is like I said, I'm not scared. This Brandon guy is a liar. His name's at the top of the tab. See, I didn't even recognize that. I don't look into this stuff any more than I have to. Okay? I just assumed because it's been on Zizix Prime timeline because it was basically Zizix Prime being banned from Pinkchu, that this was coming from or partly a conversation between Zizix Prime and Pinkchu, but apparently that's not even the case. So I don't even know the context of it. And then down below here, it's NG, hit the refresh, everything, man. Why people so good at faking stuff? Yeah, that's what I said. I said after the refresh, that looks like it's legit, but at this point in time, you can basically fake anything, and you can use this in screenshots and copy and paste if you want to work so hard. Who's doing this on the back end anyway? One of these cultist, sheepist, herdist, fucking mind-numbing person, which I already know. If you ask Tectone publicly, he's gonna be like, "No, I don't agree with this. I don't condone this behavior." And you know what? Not that I should give anybody the benefit of the doubt, because friends like this, like Zizix Prime, acting like he's part of this narrative, trying to get in all of Pinkchu's business, whatever else, trying to get in coverage or try to get notoriety this way. I shouldn't give him benefit of the doubt, but let's just say Tectone would disown this individual. Most likely a supporter of his channel. A sheepish, herdist, cultist, person. A parasocial person, whatever you want to call it. And that's the reality that we live in. We live in a reality where these people will do anything for their content creators that they love, that they watch 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's something that I've tried to avoid on this channel specifically. I do not want to cultivate that behavior. I know it's not hard to do. It's extremely easy. And there have been so many people that have effectively done it. They know what they're doing. They know how it's done. And they take the steps to be able to cultivate this behavior. Rightfully, wrongfully, maybe it's too late after they've done it and they can't put the genie back in the bottle. I understand that. And some are not as knowing. And then they learn like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that, because that just creates these parasocial relationships. and yet they benefit from it, and yet they become millionaires from it, because that's what advertisers want. That's what investors want. They want that, because that's no different than their brands. Nabisco or Enterprise or Ford or Toyota or any of these other brands out there. That loyalty. They want that loyalty to Asmongold, to Tectone, to Soda Poppin', to Amaru. Because that is strong and that sells product. So that's the development that we're at right now. Pretty simple development, but an actual severe case of people basically lying, deceiving, trying to destroy someone's credibility because all they want to do is potentially speak their fucking truth because they feel wronged in some fucking way. And me covering it honestly was the wrong way to do it. I should have been a little bit more pessimistic and cynical, and I will going forward. I will not give anybody the benefit of the doubt, especially someone named Zizzi Prime. Because this just fucking absolutely pisses me off the way he's acted like these were his text. That's what was presumed. There wasn't anything else. There was no other context when these were put out. And then he gets called out and he can't defend it. So therefore he has to make clarifications to try to like make some fucking headway. Otherwise he's going to look like a complete ass, which he already does, to be honest. And how much does Tectone, involve himself in this? I would say that they're still friends. They still have a conversation. He hangs out with them often. And this is his motive operandi. This is what Tectone does. We've seen it. This is sickening. So Pink Chew, if you're out there and you want to talk to somebody, friend request me on any of the social media platforms, Plazookas, one or the other. Plazookas@gmail.com. Not to say you will. You can talk to me with confidence that I will not leak anything, will not say anything that's off the record, and I'll just report, based on just general information to put your message out there if you don't want to do it yourself. Because at this time, it's escalated to a point where I do think there's something that needs to come out. I do think there's behavior that needs to be talked about. And it may just be the fact that Tectone is not as good as he says he is, even offline. And that could feed into his online persona. And he could be taking advantage of that to use and abuse people online. Who knows, right? We don't know. Nobody knows. Like I said, I was not trying to be pessimistic or cynical, okay? And I'm not being defamatory or slanderous here, okay? Let me be very clear. Because all of this has a chronological order to it. And therefore, at the end of this, chronological order, when we've gone down this path, I can make those kind of objective statements. They're not slanderous or defamatory. Which is sad. I shouldn't have to do this. Because people should just be allowed to say what they want to say without fear of intimidation, without fear of manipulation, without fear of discredit, without fear of tactics. And yet, time and time and time and time again, we see why people don't speak out. And it's because, in a small way, because of what Zizzi Prime has done, what Tectone does, what other people do. My name is Plazookas. If you like this content, like, subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. I'll keep you updated on this as much as I can. Bye for now.